First down, it's a pass, a low throw, looking for Dominique Heath. And that has been an issue for the quarterback, Joe Huebner. Huebner with time, throws incomplete, looking for Cody Cook. Huebner throws short. Looked like maybe a hand got on him as he was throwing, but a flag is thrown.
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
A big penalty against Ashton Lampkin. The first handoff of the game. Huebner kept it himself, excuse me. Faked me out, and he rushed for 11 yards for the first down. Silman. And Justin Silman, the freshman of Tulsa, Oklahoma, picks up 8, second down and 2 here for the Wildcats. Huebner, design quarterback run, nowhere to go, escapes the pressure. And he will slide, he gets hit as he takes a slide. There is no flag. He got hit hard by Trey Flowers, and Huebner is still down.
You know, he had initiated the movement, and you know, Joe slid. Nothing the guy could do, you know, to change his direction. So I understand how that is indicative of the rule.
Trey Flowers, the safety, hits him with his shoulder, and it's hard to tell from that angle, but I don't think he hits him in the helmet. I don't think that rendered a targeting call there, so it was good non-call by the refs. But again, you've got a receiver now and a quarterback because they've been thin at that position all year.
So Cody Cook is now in at quarterback, played quarterback at Hutchinson Community College. That's actually Steve Hutchinson's favorite community college. And on first down, Cook running for it. And he gets across the 20, picks up 8, knocked out by Ashton Lampkin. It's kept by Cook, and he's able to spin forward for the first down. You know, it's pretty incredible when you think about what this year has transpired already with Kansas State. Jesse Ertz, the starting quarterback, was hurt on the very first play of the year. First and 15 now. Cook looking to pass, and he throws this one away. Cook cuts it back, and he picks up a yard. 3rd and 14, play clock at 3. Cook to throw on the slant, completes the pass. Deontay Burton for the first down, first and goal at the 3, a pickup of 16. Cook, quarterback run, Cook dives, touchdown. How about that? Cody Cook from 4 yards out. Huebner goes down, Cook comes in, and K-State has an opening drive touchdown.
Well, this is a K-State staple play. You see how patient Cook was there, waiting for his blocks to set up, and just smashes it in there for the score.
Mason Rudolph at quarterback, Jeff Carr, the true freshman, starting at tailback. Rudolph to throw on first down, completes that pass. Raymond Taylor now in at tailback. Little pitch to Shepard. Shepard picks up the first down out of bounds at the 48-yard line. 2nd and 10. Reverse. Little trickery. Jalen McCleskey. And McCleskey across the 45 to the 44 gets 7 yards. Rudolph, the quick pass, complete to Austin Hayes for the first down. Carr splits out. The pass to David Glidden. And Glidden gets gang tackled at the 32. We'll definitely keep an eye on that. 2nd down and 3. They come back. The pass to Washington. Washington breaks the tackle. Washington to the end zone. Touchdown. 32 yards for James Washington. Shows off the speed and athleticism breaking that tackle. James Washington. We know he can run. He's tied it up at 7. first down. Cook swings it out high. Nice catch by Silman. A flag is thrown. Silman gets dropped for a loss of about a yard. Kevin Peterson there for the tackle.
There is no foul for holding. Second down.
A loss of 2 on the play, so second down and 12. Play action. Cook confidently steps up, throws deep, and a flag is thrown against Trey Flowers. Kyle Klein, the intended receiver.
Pass interference. Defense, number 31. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Well, 81 Kyle
First
Klein
down.
just going to run a seam route there, and Trey Flowers is they're going to get tripped up. But
Dominic Heath in motion. The handoff to Heath. Heath able to dive forward up to the 42-yard line, gets 3. On the slant, throws, completes the Klein, and Klein's able to barrel forward for that first down across midfield to the 47. Handoff to Silman. And Silman gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard. 3rd and 6. Cook swings it out. Heath splits a couple defenders and gets the first down. Again, swinging it out. And right there, this time, was Trey Flowers. Play clock is at 2. Cook makes one guy miss up the middle. Cook inside the 5. What a play by him. 28-yard run by Cody Cook.
well, I saw this one coming. I don't know how the Oklahoma State's. You see the left guard Stuyvesant get up and actually move his split. He widens his split. You could drive a Volkswagen bus through that hole, and they were running that play. That was a design quarterback draw.
On 1st and goal, Cody Cook gets wrapped up. Looks like back at the 4, loses one. Chad Whitener.
You don't get too cute down there. They want to run their package, and they run the same play that Cody scored on the play before the series before.
Play action, the pass to the end zone, touchdown Gronkowski. Cody Cook has come in and has done it with his legs and his arm thus far for Kansas State.
Well, Gronkowski's a name everybody kind of hears when you hear touchdown nowadays, and whether it be in the NFL level or here in the Big 12.
And we'll get to the UAB connection in a minute after this.
On 1st down, the handoff to Jeff Carr, the true freshman, gets a yard.
That was a good program. They put out some good players, and they're going to start over again.
On 3rd and 9, Rudolph the long pass, and that is caught by Marcel Aitman for the first down. A 12-yard completion. Now they're going to say no catch. He was out of bounds.
Well, I thought this ball floated a little bit. There was a lot of air.
The receiver was out of bounds. Incomplete pass. 4th down.
See, you see the right foot. We'll get another look at it here, but I think you see the first foot that comes down is the right foot when he has control, and it goes out. You know, his momentum carried him out of bounds.
2nd and 10, the quick pass batted down at the line.
Another unfavorable situation for the Cowboys.
Play action, pressure coming up the middle. The pass to Glidden complete. Another 3rd down conversion. Quick pass to Washington. And that might be the final play of this first quarter. It
That's the
is.
end of the first quarter.
That is the end of this first quarter. Oklahoma State saying, no, we're playing really well right now. Let's keep it going.
Yeah,
Let's not take a quarter break.
Yeah, you see their tempo kicking in.
A good start for Kansas State on the road. A couple of touchdowns behind their backup quarterback, Cody Cook. They lead by 7 after 1.
Big 12 no huddle all season long on Fox Sports Southwest.
Cook on the ground because he's a wide receiver playing quarterback. Actually injured to Joe Huebner. Rudolph going in the air again, finds James Washington. Washington picks up the first down, pushed out by Denzel McDaniel. 2nd and 10. There's Carr up the middle. And then Carr runs into 3 white jerseys. Rudolph quickly gets rid of it to Hayes. Another first down. First down, it's Taylor. Taylor spinning. And he's inside the 5, down to the 4. J.W. Walsh, he's now in at quarterback. Shovel pass. McCleskey to the corner. Touchdown. Well, that may have been the easiest touchdown pass that J.W. Walsh has thrown in his life. Here's a little shovel pass. You do the rest of the work.
One of the reasons those work is because how firm and strong they are technique-wise inside. So it gives you a little bit of chance outside. And with the players that we have, we've got some skill guys that can really turn the corner. We have to take advantage of that in our offense.
He's had 2 sacks on the season, but... Oh!
This one is blocked. Recovered by McDaniel.
Might have you play the lottery for me, Justin. I think that was Jordan Willis, 75, the defensive end.
It is Jordan Willis. Justin Silman at tailback. Heath in motion. On first down, play action. Cook has Heath. And Heath is going to run out of bounds, comes up hobbling as he goes out at the 39-yard line. Dominique Heath picks up 36 and is grabbing around his ankle area.
Well, again, pretty much all their big throws have been set up off the play action. You see the fake to the give and leaves a wide open Dominique Heath running across on the deep over and immediately pulls up. Yeah, you don't, a lot of times that's an Achilles when something like that happens. I mean, you don't want to speculate and say, well, that's what he has, but I've seen enough of those injuries where guys pull up like that and nobody's hit them.
Design quarterback run. And Cook up to the 33, picks up 6. Cook again, patiently hitting that hole. And he lowers that shoulder and takes on Jordan Stearns. Oklahoma State's leading tackler pushes him back a couple yards, picks up 14. Cook rolling out to his right, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Deontay Burton.
You know, he played with poise. He played smart. You know, he did. You know, he made some mistakes, but you got to remember, you know, here's a guy that, you know, we got a plethora of offense, and you know, he's had a weak investment in it. Now he was, you know, he was a quarterback some time ago, and he's on the field, you know, an awful lot as a receiver. But his retention has been great. You know, so you know, he did as well as you could expect. Couldn't ask for anything more.
3 or 4 years now, but no, folks, it's just over a quarter.
On first down, McCleskey again. On a fake, McCleskey gets shoved out at the 40 by Caleb Pruitt. A 12-yard run for Jalen McCleskey. Empty backfield here on 1st and 10. Rudolph dancing around in the pocket. Rudolph gets taken down, sacked by Will Geary. A loss of 2. 2nd down and 12. Pressure coming. Rudolph gets rid of it just in time as Caleb Pruitt came in untouched. Pressure coming again. Rudolph again has to get rid of it. Was looking for Marcel Aitman. Didn't have enough time to get him the ball.
Because you don't want to give K-State any shorter field than they're already getting.
Andre Davis hit right away on the punt. Mictavius Jones was there on special teams for the tackle.
Holding return team number 7. That penalty being forced 10 yards from the end of the kick. Timeout.
Danzel McDaniel called for the hold. Didn't matter because Mictavius Jones got right there, delivered the hit. 21-13, K-State up on top. They have the ball as we come back. Justin Silman here in on first down for K-State. The handoff to Silman up the middle. And Silman will get a couple of yards. Vincent Taylor was there. Cook, delayed handoff, Silman. And Silman spun forward up to the 20, gets 8 yards. Perfect on third downs today. Cook completes the pass, another first down. Andre Davis nearly broke free. Andre Davis to the 32, gets 12 yards.
Well, we talked about it in the matchup. Left tackle Cody Whitehair going against Emmanuel Ogbah. And you see just strength there. Ogbah going straight bull rush, and Cody Whitehair giving him enough time to get the ball off. But that's the kind of game that we knew it was going to be. Just kind of line up and run into him full speed for these two. And so far, it's a good battle.
Cook, pump fakes. Cook still with it. And now he gets hit, taken down by Chad Whitener, and Whitener was the guy who got faked out on that pump. So a great job by Chad Whitener to stay with the play.
That just shows you how well the coverage was down the field for a guy to get faked out, jump up in the air, go down, get up, and then make the sack. There's nowhere for Cody Cook to go with the ball. And a great coverage sack there by Oklahoma State's defense.
A loss of 5 on the sack by Whitener. Last week, 7 sacks for Oklahoma State. They have now 17 on the season. And Cook, running, gets stood up by Devontae Averett. And he gets just a yard. So now 3rd and long.
Here you see a 3-man line. They're going to go probably with 8 in coverage.
3rd and 14. Ogbah comes up with a sack. And that gets this crowd into it.
Well, your best players have to come up big time in big situations. You see him here over the right tackle, Matt Clyde-Sorgi, and he's just going to beat him with a rip move. And it didn't matter if there were guys open or not. When you get beat right now at the tackle spot, there's nowhere for the quarterback to go except down.
Nick Walsh to punt. Jalen McCleskey is back. McCleskey, fair catch made at the 34-yard line. Here, Oklahoma State trailing by 8 on first down. And that was batted down. That was behind the line, so it's a live ball picked up by McDaniel. A lateral that was knocked down by Jordan Willis and picked up by Denzel McDaniel, and a huge turnover.
Recovered by the defense. First down.
That's just great awareness by Jordan Willis. You know, to come up and be in a pass rush mode, and you see the ball going out there, and just stick a hand out and knock it down. That's great awareness. That's a huge turnover for Kansas State. Oklahoma State, nice stop defensively the series before. Get good field position, and well, we said it. Turnovers are a big factor in a hard-fought ball game, defensive struggle. If you can get a short field to anybody, that's a big advantage for them.
I think first and goal from the 6 is a short field.
He doesn't get much shorter. 5 yards. You can get 5 shorter times.
Silman on the carry. Silman, second effort, touchdown. How about K-State? On the road in Stillwater, capitalizing off a turnover.
Well, the redshirt freshman's going to run more like a senior here. Some good blocking up front. Offensive line moving the line of scrimmage, putting a little move on Jordan Stearns, the free safety, and able to get the ball to break the plane. But you can see why everybody's excited about this young running back. And they're coming for you. They're going to save their best game for that team. And Ohio State's got the target on their chest this year.
Jeff Carr.
And in the run game because they feel they got to play catch up. I mean, you wonder how that's going to fare for Mason Rudolph. You see him going deep here.
Rudolph, the deep pass intended for Shepard, and Shepard could not come down with it. 3rd and 7. He finds Glidden for the first down and more. Glidden up past the 40, pulled out of bounds at the 42, gets 22 yards. Rudolph the pump with time. Comes to the near sideline, throws it away. Marcel Aitman, the intended receiver. So 3rd and 6 coming up.
Some drives that take some time off the clock.
On 3rd and 6, over the middle, it's Glidden again. Another first down. Caleb Pruitt able to tackle him, but an 8-yard pickup. And this kid, David Glidden, leads the team receptions, yards, touchdowns. Empty backfield on 1st and 10. Rudolph down the middle of the field. Somehow able to find Jawan Seals. There is a flag on the play in the backfield. A 41-yard completion to Seals. How it fell in there, I don't know.
Holding. Offense. Number 34. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
You're able to set up a big play over the middle and beat them. You can't have holding calls. You can't have any kind of penalties that'll kill you.
And now a sack straight up the middle. Marquell Bryant.
Marquell Bryant, the left defensive end on the left side of your screen here. They're going to run what we call a pirate. You're going to see both defensive tackles slant towards the middle, and weren't able to contain him, and he just ripped through that B gap there. And again, you see when it rains, it pours.
2nd and 27, screen pass from McCleskey, and McCleskey picks up 4. Brits able to bring him down.
You have a holding play, then you get out of rhythm, and then the sack. So
on 3rd and 23, the pass to Aitman's complete. And he has the first down. He picks up 24 when he needed 23.
Yeah, that's bad defense there. I know you want to keep everything in front of you, but you got to know where the chains are, and you got to have a little tighter coverage there. Morgan Burns giving a little too much cushion.
Play action. Rudolph to Washington. Washington down at the 14-yard line. A 25-yard pass. Elijah Lee with the tackle. Play action. Rudolph to Washington again, and Denzel McDaniel was there right away. A 3-yard pickup. Rudolph, low throw, looking for Glidden. On 3rd and 7. Rudolph to the end zone. Aitman. Touchdown. Marcel Aitman.
Big time play there by Mason Rudolph. Pocket was collapsing around him. He didn't panic. He didn't get happy feet. He stayed in there, waited for his receiver to get open, took a shot at the end, but perfect strike to Marcel Aitman in the back of the end zone.
Cody Cook has been phenomenal. Dropping back to pass, taking a shot deep. There was contact, and there's the flag. Andre Davis, the intended receiver. Michael Hunter on the coverage. He's going to be called for the penalty.
Pass interference. Defense, number 17.
Again, you're giving them life with these penalties, especially at the end of the half here.
3rd pass interference of the half. Cook running with it. Got some blockers, and Cook does not get out of bounds. Oklahoma State has won 4 in a row here in Stillwater against K-State. Pump fake by Cook. Cook throws, gets the first down to Klein, and he gets out of bounds. How about this kid, Cody Cook?
Knowing Bill Snyder and how conservative he is, I would think they're going to try to center this ball for their field goal kicker.
And that's exactly what they do, and then the timeout. A 43-yard field goal attempt by Cantelli. And the kick is off the upright, no good.
So much of this game is about momentum. And that's a win for Oklahoma State's defense.
Mason Rudolph with Jeff Carr in the backfield. On first down, play action. The pressure coming again. He got rid of it. So a true freshman, Jeff Carr, and Raymond Taylor getting the reps. On second down, the pass to Austin Hayes. J.W. Walsh now in at quarterback. A threat to run. It is Walsh up the middle. Walsh trying to get that last yard. Let's see where they mark him down. It's really close. The far linesman coming in looks like just shy of that first down marker. Cody Cook at quarterback. On first down, he'll throws high, looking for Andre Davis. The first time today he's thrown back-to-back incomplete passes. 3rd and 10. Cook. Everyone's covered. Cook sets. Brought down. Devontae Everett. A loss of 5. 1st and 10 from the 25. Rudolph. The pass to Washington. Looks like maybe Denzel McDaniel got a hand on it.
They've their MO is abandon the run and throw it to him in the second half, so watch out for him.
Play action. Rudolph over the middle to Washington. Washington stays on his feet. Has the first down up to the 42. A 17-yard completion. Washington's been impressive after contact today.
You're going to see him drive the defender, Denzel McDaniel, up the field. And good route, good timing pass by Rudolph, and that's what they need. They got to get in this game somehow, some way. And K-State's defense, like we've mentioned, hasn't been on the field long enough to be worn out.
First down, the handoff to Carr. Carr trying to dance around. Impressive numbers on 3rd down for Rudolph. Here on 3rd down again, throws incomplete for Marcel Aitman. Davis. Fair catch late, a late signal. The flag is thrown. Davis is down. He got crunched.
The returner, but in that case, he wasn't touched.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team number 7.
2nd down and 10. Pressure coming. Nowhere to go for Cook. Trying to force another 3 and out is the OK State defense. Cook will dump it off incomplete to Dayton Valentine, his tight end. Jeff Carr on first down takes the handoff. And Carr gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think what you're seeing here is a couple of defensive coordinators that made some good halftime adjustments. You know, offense is struggling against 2 good defenses, but you're seeing a lot of points being put up on them.
Flea flicker, shot down the field, Seals, got it! Jawan Seals with a big-time catch. At the 30, a 40-yard completion.
Well, Mike Yersich, the offense coordinator, said we're going to mix it up, pass, run, everything. And you see the old flea flicker come out. He's got the bag of tricks and drops a dime right on Seals' hands there. And perfect throw, perfect catch.
Rudolph to Glidden. And Glidden gets tackled by Donnie Starks. A good open field tackle. Carr, reverse. Washington. And Washington gets tripped up by Caleb Pruitt. Taylor up the middle.
They got to spread out and kind of play everything conceivable for.
High throw, incomplete. Shepard couldn't come down. Inbounds. Rudolph. Is there a flag? There they come. Glidden, the intended receiver. He looks over. He says, aha, got him.
Got 2 of them there, and he's going to be one of those. Well, I'm not getting beat for a touchdown, so I'm going to grab him.
Pass interference. Defense, number 2. Foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal.
It's actually number 10, Donnie Starks.
It's the guy they bring in, and they'll do an exotic package of plays with him as well.
Walsh up the middle, and he is just shy. Could not extend that hand. Handoff. Taylor, second effort, touchdown.
Yeah, Not really any push by the offensive line there.
Direct snap, another reverse. Hayes, pass to the end zone, has it batted down. Elijah Lee knocks it down. For the most part, the trickery has worked. This time, it did not. It's a 2-point game here in Stillwater. Good job by Elijah Lee, sniffing that one out. Cody Cook. This drive, this half for K-State. A couple of 3-and-outs. On first down, the handoff to Silman. And Silman able to dive forward 4 yard. Gronkowski in at fullback. Design quarterback run for Cook. Trying to break it outside. He cannot. Seth Jacobs the first to make contact with him. Cook, the quick pass. Wrapped up Davis. He gets dropped for a loss. Back at the 19, Jordan Burton.
It just keeps coming up.
Jordy Nelson was once a walk-on at K-State. On first down, the pass complete to Chris Lacey. A 15-yard completion, the first catch for Lacey in the game, the second catch for him this season. The ball at midfield. Nice play by McCleskey, avoiding one tackler. 2nd and 6, taking a shot down the sideline. The back shoulder throw for Lacey. It's incomplete. 3rd and 6, Raymond Taylor in. Good job picking up the rusher, but it's incomplete. 1st and 10 from the 8. Trying to wait for it was Cook. He was patient, maybe too patient. He loses one.
In the best field position, he's going to come away with some points.
K-State needs some positive yards. Cook keeps on the zone read, and Cook gets spun forward. And with that, he will pick up the first down.
Play to go their way, and maybe they'll get out of their shadow their own end zone.
Silman on the carry. Keeps those legs moving.
When you're down there, you can feel who's got the momentum when it's being sucked out of your corner.
Hand off again to Silman. Falls forward up to 29. Cook trying to go with it. Ogba's there for the stop. Tackles him for yet another loss.
And Glenn and those guys did a great job of saying, Coach, just relax. And I said, it's hard to relax when they score every time they're touching the ball. And they made adjustments and stopped them. And stopped them and stopped them.
He's going to line up on the bottom of your screen there. And he's not fooled. See him do a good job, shed the block. Off Boston Syverson, the left guard.
Oklahoma State hoping for some good things in the 4th. Rudolph on first down finds Austin Hayes. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The score here in Stillwater, 28-26. K-State leading number 20, Oklahoma State. FS1 College Football presented by Geico will return after these messages. Mason Rudolph on 2nd down and 6 from the 39-yard line. Able to find Washington. Washington has the first down. Rudolph is over 300 yards. James Washington at 100 yards receiving on the day. Another pass to Glidden this time, and he's able to bring it in with Donnie Starks all over him. Starks was never looking at the ball. Make it 7 straight. Another first down as Glidden was sliding down. Caleb Pruitt gets credit for the tackle. Quarterback keeper up the middle.
Elijah Lee, the linebacker, we saw him.
Rudolph with time, steps, incomplete. Over the middle, Rudolph to Glidden, and Glidden with another first down.
Little space in front of his face so he doesn't have a guy standing there right in his nose when he throws the ball.
Hand off to Taylor. Taylor throws down Morgan Burns, a 5-yard run. Rudolph, the quick pass again. Is it picked off? It was deflected. It looked like it might have been picked off. Will Davis, still no sign. And it is intercepted by Davis. Wow. And Danzel McDaniel looked like he got a hand on that off of Juwan Seals, and then there was Will Davis. Right place, right time for Davis. It was Davis who's had a couple of goal line pass breakups the last 2 games for K-State.
The lead at
Further
halftime.
review, the ruling on the field stands. Interception.
On first down, Cook keeps on the zone read up the middle. Cook has a blocker. There's some positive yards.
That's one way to do it. He's hurt.
Cody Cook goes straight to the sideline.
Doesn't look like he can move the arm. You see him. Great play fake there. 2 guys are going to go down on his shoulder. And
Now here in the 4th quarter, here's Cook after a 32-yard run. He goes down, grabs that right shoulder, and guess who's now back in at quarterback? It's Joe Huebner. On first down, Huebner throws, and that one is caught by Klein. 2nd and 3 from midfield. Handoff, Silman. Silman, good job. Pick up the first down to the 45. Klein in motion. Handoff again, Silman. Huebner throws, and that one was nearly picked off. Trey Flowers was jumping the route, but we do have a flag on the play.
Illegal shift. Offense. 2-man motion without resetting. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Huebner empty backfield. Pressure coming. He gets hit, gets rid of it, and he completes the pass to Stephen West. Huebner throws the slant incomplete behind Klein, but a flag comes in. And you said it before, turnovers, penalties, that's what's helped K-State in this game.
Holding. Defense number 5. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
7 penalties, 85 yards against Oklahoma State. Silman. 2nd and 11. Gronkowski was trying to pass, and now he's going to throw it away. And here's a flag.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 48. He was not the player who took the original snap. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
Remember, Cantelli missed from 43 earlier off the upright. Huebner facing pressure, gets away from it. They're just coming in droves, and he goes down. Devontae Averett, Emmanuel Ogba combining to finally bring down Huebner.
great job defensively. I mean, not only did they stop the drive, but they kept them from getting points on the board.
And now this will be a touchback. So Oklahoma State, the defense comes up big yet again. Now it's the offense's turn as they trail by 2, under 8 to play. K-State 3-0, Oklahoma State 4-0, ranked number 20th in the country. Jeff Carr in at running back. On first down, the handoff is to Carr. And Carr gets dragged down by Will Geary. 2nd down and 8. Rudolph takes a shot, throws it up, caught. Shepard dragged down around the 32-yard line, marked down to 31. 57 yards.
Morgan Burns is running stride for stride with Brandon Shepard down the field. Problem is, he doesn't see the ball until it's in Brandon Shepard's hands. And then it's like trying to trying to tackle a water buffalo. I mean, he couldn't get his momentum stopped, so he got an extra 10 yards out of the run. We knew Oklahoma State was gonna strike quick once they got that ball back.
Hand off to Raymond Taylor. And Taylor runs right into Will Davis, the first to make contact.
The young guys, they got a sense that if we keep fighting, good things are going to happen.
Rudolph locked one up again for Aitman, makes the catch. Shoved out of bounds by Morgan Burns. But again, they're picking on Burns.
Yeah, we've seen it a handful of times today, and they've been successful so far. It's almost going to look like the exact replay we saw to Brandon Shepard a couple plays ago. Again, he didn't see the ball until it was in his hands.
27-yard completion, first and goal from the 3. Shepard, flag on the play, touchdown.
We had a feeling that that we would have to throw the ball 50 times. 2 reasons. 1, playing a true freshman running back. And 2, you're playing arguably the best run defense in this league, maybe in the top 10 in the country. And so, we just didn't feel like we could beat our head against the wall and we were going to throw the football.
Throwing it up for the receivers.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
And Joe Huebner's in that quarterback, backed up at his own 6-yard line. Huebner from the end zone throws incomplete.
This is not their game.
Huebner again from his own end zone. Forced out of the pocket. Gets rid of it. Throws low for Dimmel. 3rd and 10 coming up. Huebner able to swing it out to Devontae Ballantyne. There is a flag in the secondary.
Holding. Defense number 17. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Unreal. Charles Jones is in at tailback for the first time today. Play action. Huebner down the sideline to Jones. Jones. The race is on, and Jones is finally chased down. Kevin Peterson with a game-saving play. 5:03 to go.
No, we said Huebner likes to throw the ball down the field.
72 yards for Charles Jones.
You see Charles Jones just squeaking out of the left side of your screen there. He's going to go on a wheel route down the sideline. And sometimes as a linebacker, you just assume he's going to be in for protection. You take your eye off for a second, and he's screaming down the sidelines.
Silman takes the handoff. Hops forward across the 10. Jordan Stearns with a tackle.
That's a long time for Oklahoma State's offense.
Silman again. Huebner rolling out to his right. Comes back to the end zone. Incomplete. Dayton Valentine covered by Kevin Peterson. And Peterson with a big-time play.
It's a smart play by Peterson, the senior corner. They're going to roll out to the right. It's a sprint action. They're going to roll everybody to the right, send receivers to the right, and try to sneak Valentine, the tight end, out the backside. Peterson didn't fall for it. A lot of times you see that's a wide-open throw.
On 4th and 3, running the option with Huebner. Huebner keeps it. Huebner, touchdown! How about that? And now they got to go for 2.
Just your standard option play. You're going to see Huebner. It's a great job up front. See, what happens is there's no penetration by the defensive line. The offensive line kept their guys on the line of scrimmage, so he was able to make his cut into the line of scrimmage. A lot of times what happens is pressure by the defensive end forces the pitch early, and then the corner can come up to make the play.
Huebner. The pass is high, incomplete, no flags. Andre Davis, the intended receiver.
Here you are.
Ian Patterson kicking off. And this is a costly mistake. Oh, my gosh.
And Nate Jackson, who's been playing this game in the inside over the slot, is going to move out to the cornerback spot.
They split it out, low throw, Carr able to make the catch. And Carr able to dive forward to get 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Rudolph gets hit, gets rid of it. And no intentional grounding because Carr was there. 3rd and 8. Carr splits out wide again. Glidden, low throw. Did he make the catch? No, he did not. Raymond Taylor's now in at tailback, number 30. 4th and 8. Over the middle, complete to Aitman for the first down. To the 44-yard line of Kansas State. 19-yard completion.
Well, they created a mismatch there. Backup linebacker Sam Sizlove, number 41, was tasked with covering Aitman, and that's a mismatch all the way. They'll take that anytime they can get it.
Taylor breaks a couple of tackles. Aitman again. Hand off. Taylor. Elijah Lee with the tackle. A few yards there for Raymond Taylor.
I know Brandon Shepard's the one that went up, gave them the go-ahead touchdown the last time they had the ball, but you know, this Marcel Aitman, he's been the MVP of the second half. Anytime they've needed a conversion or a big play along the sideline, he's the one to pull it in.
Hand off again, Taylor cuts it back up the middle, spun around, still going. Jordan Willis. And now a timeout, Oklahoma State. Walsh was in trouble. Maybe just going over, trying to put that ball down. Travis Britz getting it in midfield, in the center. It'll be a 37-yard field goal attempt for Ben Grogan to give his team the lead. Remember, a failed 2-point conversion for Kansas State. And that's the reason it's a 1-point game now. Grogan from 37. He's got it. Back-to-back weeks with big kicks by Ben Grogan.
He's gone from the doghouse to the penthouse in Mike Gundy's book.
From the 22. No timeouts. Huebner. Flag is thrown to be holding against K-State as Huebner just throws it up. Incomplete.
Holding. Offense. Number 55. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Huebner gets hit, throws it up, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Hunter.
The most important thing happened in this game was the adjustments our defensive staff made at halftime. We could not slow them down in the first half, and we made some really good adjustments at halftime and gave us a chance to win the football game.
State moves to 5-0. The come from behind victory